Welcome back to the Goal2Go podcast, man. Episode 47, MLB All-Star Break. Just happened, recording on Wednesday. Yesterday, obviously, AL versus NL. Day before that, had the home run derby. Good little All-Star break for baseball, hitting that halfway point through the season. Gonna touch a little bit on that, a couple of the teams to look out for. And then, obviously, a little that went on these past 2 days. We got another NFL jersey sale. A little guessing game for you today. A little more recent years than last time. So one of them easy, one of them I'd say like mediocre. So we're going to get a test to see where your head's at with that. And then obviously NBA Summer League going on. I guess we'll touch on that real quick. Some news coming out the past couple days. From, I believe, Vegas. I think they're in the Vegas lead, the Spurs. But regardless, MLB All-Star Break, home run derby. Julio Rodriguez dropped, I think it was 41-42. Hometown, Seattle Mariners. I mean, the crowd was rocking. I think it was just good for, baseball, hometown kid. Not hometown, but hometown team. Going out there, putting on a show for everyone in Seattle. It was fun to watch, man. It was electric. Vladdy obviously got the dub after losing to Pete Alonso in the finals the year before. My personal pick, Randy Arozarena, came up just a little bit short, man. Was a sleeper down there. He was like plus 1,400 odds. I threw a couple dollars on it. Came out short.
No, I was rocking with Mookie, man.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well with Mookie.
No,
I mean, it didn't. You go into the home run derby, I get it. Like, he's like a 5'9", maybe 5'10" guy. He was in the All-Star game too. But, I mean, home run derby might just not be the place for Mookie. He got like 23 jacks on the year, but...
No, he's been hitting, yeah. And I think he also has like the most leadoff home runs this season or something like that.
Yeah. He might. I mean, we got 23, so... this one I gotta, I guess, look at. But, I mean, it was fun. I think Julio Rodriguez, he just ran out of gas at that point. I mean, he hit like 40-something in a round. We've all seen it before. Throwback to Josh Hamilton days. I mean, cranked out when it was just 10 outs, like 20-something, and that was the record in the home run derby. He ended up losing the derby and hitting like 3 in the finals. So taking on them big hacks, bro, this shit gonna get you tired out. But like I said, Arozarena was my pick. They said he was like scouting the stadium a couple weeks before he was in Seattle, team trip, and he took like a little batting practice on the field for the derby. Just going through it, he was like walking around the stadium. I just thought it was funny. Ended up getting to the finals as an underdog. Vladdy coming through. Low-key should have won it last year, but Pete Alonso, just the greatest trier. I don't even know how to say it. Like, he just puts his heart into the home run derby, bro. Like,
Big Meat Pete.
It's just what it is. That man said, as long as they ask me, I'm going to say yes. He's like, I'll never say no. So they say he puts the most preparation into it. Julio Rodriguez, he hit 40-something. Hasn't been hitting all that well this year. Really got the nod as the hometown, for the hometown team. It's nice to go see him put on a show. I mean, it lit up the crowd. And then, I guess like low light of the night, or highlight, Vladdy hit an absolute line drive off a kid's head in the outfield. And they're like, yeah, maybe they need to go back to 10 outs instead of this timer, because he got rocked, bro. I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, bro, every year, how does one of these kids just not get nailed, bro? Like, because the next pitch is coming. I know those kids are still looking for that fly ball, bro. I mean, them kids signed up for it, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy.
MLB All-Star game last night, though. NL finally breaks the, 11-year streak of losing. Maybe it's just a decade. I think it's 11 years. I think it's 2011, 2012. They haven't won a game since then. They get one last night, and I mean, Came down on last pitch, basically. My boy Jose Ramirez at the plate. I couldn't catch up to Craig Kimbrell's 93-mile-an-hour fastball after he already hit a 1-on-1 in the gap his previous at-bat. But, I mean, the NL finally gets on the board, bro. It was kind of like, just like that long-awaited. It's not really a wait because the game doesn't really mean much, but, I mean, to go out there in NL and just lose that many times in a row is like an anomaly. So, you see history end. Texas Rangers obviously headline ahead. 6 starters on the field at the same time. Had 5 in the order. Eovaldi was on the mound starting. I think they said it was that 3rd time ever, and I think the last time was like 1960. So you might as well call it like the first actual time there was six players on the field from the same team at once. Pretty crazy for a team that's lost their ace and Jacob deGrom for the year. No one really thought they'd be, to be honest, any good, and they're here 2 games ahead of, the Houston Astros, who were expected to run away with the division once again. So kudos to the Rangers halfway through the season. I mean, if you look at all the standings, really, there's a lot of teams that shake up. Didn't think it would be there, but All-Star game was fun. I like the mic'd ups. They had the pitchers mic'd up, like the fielders and hitters. It was just fun. I think it was good for baseball. Just getting these players' personalities out there and joking during the game with the hot mic. So it was definitely interesting, but
they were missing one thing.
Go ahead, bro.
I just don't understand. And then I was having this conversation with my brother last night, and he's more of a baseball fan than me. He's kind of on the same level as you. And then, bro, the argument is Elly De La Cruz should have been in the All-Star game, bro. But he was trying to tell me like, oh, he came up like too late and couldn't get like voted in or whatever. But to me, because all I hear baseball fans and like people around baseball complaining about is like the sport isn't big enough. They're just trying to do everything to grow the sport. But yet, I feel like they don't take the proper like measurements or take advantage of certain things like to grow the sport and make it more popular. Like right now in this moment, Shohei and Elly De La Cruz are the 2 biggest names in baseball. And I feel like the fact that he wasn't in the All-Star game and they weren't like promoting him and trying to get him like to be like even bigger than what he is right now, I feel like is like a shame. Because I was telling my brother, I was telling Jack, like, bro, this entire MLB season, I've only seen 2 highlights of players. I've only seen Elly De La Cruz and Shohei Ohtani. Those are the only 2 people that are getting posted by like ESPN, House of Highlight, like Bleacher Report, like the basic sports pages, not like MLB or like baseball fan pages, So like the casual baseball fan like me, or not, I'm not even a casual baseball fan. I'm a casual sports fan, I'm someone the MLB should be targeting to want to watch because I watch football heavy and I watch basketball heavy. Like I'm a sports fan. So I know a little bit about a baseball. So like I'm someone or like the target audience that the MLB should really, really trying to be targeting. And if I'm getting Elly De La Cruz like shown everywhere, like I just saw him like steal home, like second, third, and home on like 2 pitches or something like that. I saw him like hit the cycle and steal the cycle. Like that's crazy, bro. Like that doesn't happen. I'm seeing Shohei like strike people out and then like just hit tanks like all over the place. So these are the 2 faces of the MLB. And just because Elly De La Cruz got called up later in the season, he can't be on the biggest stage. It just doesn't make sense. And then randomly today, I was watching the Rich Eisen show, and he literally said the same thing, bro. Like the commissioner should have put Elly De La Cruz in the game. It doesn't matter. He's literally the most electric, the most exciting player in baseball. And bro, Jack was trying to tell me like, oh, what's his name for the Mariners? Like he's really good. Rodriguez, like, oh yeah, he's like really good. I'm like, bro, I'm not saying Elly De La Cruz is the best player in the MLB. I'm just saying he's the most exciting. He's the most electric. Like he's in all the highlights. So when it comes to a game like the All-Star game that, like you mentioned, they were getting the players mic'd up. They want to show the personalities. They want the most exciting people on the field because that's what's going to bring the eyes. Like Elly De La Cruz should have been there. Like if I'm watching the All-Star games, like, oh, Elly's there. Like I just saw him steal the cycle. Like, dang, like can he do it again in the All-Star game? Like that's going to bring me and other casual fans to the screen to watch the All-Star game. So I feel like they definitely missed the opportunity in terms of capitalizing on the hype. Because, yeah, Elly could be on the next year, but it won't be as exciting because it won't be, like, new on the scene, like, out of nowhere, like, super young kid, like, doing it all. By the time next year come around, like, he's established. Everyone know who Elly is. He might still be really good and getting hype, but it's not like that brand new, like, immediate feel to what it is now. So I think they definitely messed up and missed on an opportunity to have him in the All-Star game. So I feel like he just should have been there, bro.
All right, I get what you're saying. Let me ask you this. Let's say, the year Nick Foles, won the Super Bowl for the Eagles in 2017. Let's say he finished off the season, only played those last 4 games of the regular season. Would you say Nick Foles was a Pro Bowl quarterback?
That's not the same. The NFL never had the issue. I'm not talking about from skill. No, Nick Foles wouldn't have been an NFL Pro Bowl quarterback.
Equivalent is 4 games in the NFL right now is what Elly is.
Okay, but the NFL never had an issue trying to grow their brand. The NFL has always had eyes on the screen. You were never seeing the NFL having issues of people like the NFL trying to promote players and stuff to make people watch the NFL. People watch the NFL in America regardless. I'm just talking about in terms of getting people to view. I'm not talking about skill-wise. I'm not talking about how good Elly is. I'm just talking about in terms of the hype and the eyes and the like how electric of a player he is right now in this moment. I feel like the MLB should like capitalize on that because he could be like a Nick Foles. Like next year, what if he isn't even good, not good enough to make the All-Star league? It's like, damn, you missed out on an opportunity where he was good and when he did have all the hype. And when people were excited to watch him, that you could have got all these extra eyes and all these extra people to watch the game. And, maybe they get hooked on MLB just because of Elly. Now you miss out on that opportunity for a sports league trying to grow the sport. I'm not talking skill-wise or play-wise. Obviously, he is a good player because he's so electric and he's doing all this crazy stuff that hasn't been done before. So I think right now would be the moment to capitalize. Because, if he is a Nick Foles, okay, if there was ever a time for Nick Foles to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, it would have been that season right there. So I feel like to kind of capitalize on the hype and all the, craziness around Elly right now, him being the biggest name in baseball besides Shohei Ohtani, they should definitely had him on the biggest stage in terms of trying to grow the sport and get more people to watch.
So it's really funny, bro, because you said, he might not be an all-star next year. The same situation happened a decade ago. Yasiel Puig came onto the Dodgers, 22 years old.
I remember Puig.
And Puig, he was literally, you could compare him to Elly. Like, he was electric. He was that young guy. He brought, energy, life. He was making all these crazy throws from the outfield. Mm-hmm. And you were like, and this guy. Too. Yep. He hit 319 his rookie year. So he only played in 104 games. So you're doing the math. He missed those 58 games at the beginning of the season. Very similar to Elly at this point. I think the Reds have played near 80 games, and he's played in 30. Mm-hmm. I get where you're coming from, but you would almost have to, make a roster spot for someone else because, you're kind of just, you're just going to, kind of rip a guy off that, deserved, the spot, has been there all year. He's had a great all-around year. And now, while Elly's still very talented, he's been doing great in his 30 games. To do it through 79, 80 games is even harder in a baseball sport of consistency. So it's like you're going to kick out a guy who's balled for 80 games versus Elly, who obviously,
No, I 100% agree.
But
from the playing style,
who are you going to, you going to just get rid of a guy that, was borderline, all-star? Should he be in here? Should he not? And it's kind of like a knock on those guys. He's like, I've played the whole year. I've put, not saying Elly doesn't put the work in, but he's just only been there for 30 games. So it's
100%. I get exactly what you're saying, but that's when it comes down to the MLB to decide, Are you going to reward the players who might not be as electrifying or might not help grow the sport as much as Elly, but, are better players at this moment? If that's the case, then like you shouldn't be complaining or like doing all this or trying to push baseball so hard when you have players like Elly who might not be, deserving is a kind of a hard word because, he might be deserving, but at this moment, there might be players more deserving than him. But in terms of like trying to grow the sport as a business and get more casual fans to watch, like people want to watch the exciting stuff. They want to watch, Elly steal all these bases and make all these crazy hits. And like, he's the fastest player, like, run around and do all this crazy stuff that, someone who may be better at another position or might be borderline right now, but they're just not bringing the views like Elly is. So it's kind of like, a tale of two stories. Like, are you going to reward the player who might not be as exciting, but might be the better player right now? Or, for the growth of the sport, are you going to try to capitalize on the hype that Elly has right now? Which was ultimately always seems like recently is the goal for the MLB. They want to, get more viewers, make the sport bigger, promote the sport. Well, I think if you have someone like Elly who was as exciting or, as crazy. And I was telling Jack, like, bro, he doesn't even have to start anything, bro. Just like make an extra spot, bro. Just make him like a reserve or something. Just have him come in. Like, he doesn't have to play the entire game, but just have him there, have his face there, because when you see him, you're like, oh, is he going to like hit a home run? Or is he going to steal? Like, is he going to make like a crazy play? Like, is he going to like run around like all the bases and just like look super fast? Because he's huge. He's like 6'6", 6'5", fastest guy in the league. So like, that's exciting. People want to see that. So in terms of a product, I think Elly had to have been there. Now, in terms of a sport and skill wise, there might be other players deserving. I 100% agree. I'm not saying, Elly should be up for the MVP or like the best player in baseball, but in terms of excitement and, growing the sport of baseball and getting more people to watch, getting more eyes on the sport, which seems like the ultimate goal, I feel like they were doing a disservice not having Elly there.
So in 2013, when Puig didn't make it, I was kind of on that same boat as you. Like, I was like, for the game of baseball, like, put him in, this and that. And I really do agree with you, but I don't know. So literally, the Elias Diaz last night, Colorado Rockies catcher, he's a 32-year-old player. He's never been an all-star. He's never played more than 106 games in a season. He's a catcher, so obviously you're going to take more off days than others. Highest batting average in a year, 241 in 332 plate appearances. This year, he's played in 80 games, so literally he has to play 36 more games in the second half to match his career high in games played in the season. Mm-hmm. He's 27, he's actually 60-something at-bats away from his career high in at-bats a season. He's hitting 277, the highest he's ever been. He's only hit 9 homers. He's a catcher. 15 doubles to go with 77 hits. First All-Star. He's 32 years old, 2023. And to be honest, this is probably the guy they would get rid of, Elias Diaz. Last night, he went ahead and
he just want to hit the homer, right?
Yeah. Went ahead and got 2023 All-Star Game MVP. The NL's first win since 2011, I think. Maybe they won in 2012. Regardless.
And like, bro, like, this is what I'm saying. That's what I was telling Jack. We're like, bro, no disrespect to Diaz, but fam.
No, he's literally.
I did not see one outlet, besides, I went literally on the MLB's Instagram page.
I don't think you would even find him on there.
No, and they post, obviously, they posted the MVP, but literally no one else covered him winning the MVP. Like, that's a big deal, bro. Like, the MLB All-Star MVP. So, I mean, if you just replace him and have Elly, not even hit a home run a game, because if he hits the game-winning home run, that's going to be everywhere because of the hype and excitement. But if Elly steals like a base in the All-Star game, like, that's going to get posted. That's going to be everywhere.
Taking the field, like.
Exactly. Like, so obviously, he went crazy and like he did what he deserved. He deserved MVP, but it's just, it's two different perspectives. Because in terms of, him having his best career and him having a really good season, obviously he was deserving, and he performed when it mattered in the All-Star game. So big ups to him. But if the object, or what the most important thing in the MLB is right now is growing the sport, Elly, I just felt like Elly had to be there. It just didn't make no sense to me to why he wasn't there.
So,
because like I said, him and Shohei are literally the only two players I see, regular sports outlets post if it's not baseball related.
no, I mean that's literally what it is, regardless. But it's funny too because I went on a deep dive today on social media. I don't know, it was like ESPN, and a lot of the baseball fans were commenting. It was like some summer league or some irrelevant, ESPN post, and they were like, the MLB All-Star Game's going on. The NL wins the first time in over a decade. He's like, they're posting this BS. Like,
yeah.
I also feel like it is part of their fault. Like, the engagement, whatever. But they could give this guy, like, they could even post Elias Diaz. Like, I'm sure it might not be the biggest post of all time, but
and that's all it really come down to.
At least you put a face. Like, just, you see it next time you're scrolling, like, you see it, like, no offense, they're promoting the WNBA. Like, I mean, I can even name a couple teams in the WNBA now that couldn't, just because they're in front of your face. Like, you're going to see and retain information that's in front of your face. But I get what you're saying. I mean, I was the same way in 2013 with Puig. I thought he should have been it. Most electric. Elly reminds me exactly like this. Not sure. Puig did go to one All-Star the next year, and then after that, everything went downhill for Puig.
Like, it just died down.
But I wouldn't take away anybody's spot at that point. I think you just got to make another roster spot. Go ahead, give the AL another roster spot, to match up with Elly.
When I was on the Rich Eisen show, he literally said, like, he's like, the commissioner can have, like, the power, like, he picks one player from the AL and like,
just
another,
why not,
like,
bro?
reserve spot.
I mean, come on, like, most players, some of them only get one at bat anyways. You take a second at bat away from, Mookie Betts, who's been there 10 times or whatever. Yeah, but.
Or, bro, Elly doesn't even have to hit. Let him pinch run for someone, bro. Like, he's that exciting.
Nah, I think
like,
you got to put him in the hit.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, but I'm saying he could still have the impact on the game for, him just, like, so, have him try to steal every single base. Like,
so I'm going like another deep dive, and it was like, like the Japan League, they do, instead of a home run derby, they have a bunting derby. And it was like,
nobody was trying to see that.
So, yeah, I mean, I agree with that. No one is trying to, but they were like, the MLB should adopt some type of skills challenge to where, like the NBA, like they got, the MLB is just a home run derby.
The NFL got it too. Like they do like this the day before or whatever, skills or whatever.
And that might be better than the actual Pro Bowl itself when it comes to the NFL. Like
seeing the players compete, like all the mini games and stuff.
They're out there having fun, bro.
Yeah, for the MLB is literally just the home run derby and in the game. Like
so like the home run derby, I mean, huge. Everyone just loves to see, long balls, the most exciting hit in baseball.
In baseball, yes.
So why don't you make like a little skills competition? I don't know exactly how you be able to do it, but NFL is getting weird. I mean, they're doing, if you
they do stuff that's not even football related. Like dodgeball game, like.
And I mean, bro, like people watch it, and I feel like the MLB should do, something.
Or they could do like that race, like how they be having like around the stadiums, like in between games and stuff. Just have the players running race like that.
Bro, they could literally, time it, bro. Whatever,
or do like a furthest throw or something like that. Like, bro,
I feel like furthest throw, maybe not. Maybe like throw accuracy, because I know these players not trying to throw their whole arm out.
Well, but I mean,
regardless, like a throw accuracy, like there's a couple different ideas that could probably just. I mean, you got the MLB. You're having 50 different, more than 50, thousands, hundreds, whatever, minds come together. Like, you guys could put on a little skill competition. Just get, people more involved, and then go ahead and invite Elly to one of those skill competitions. He's out there for All-Star Weekend. you have him as like a correspondent in the dugout talking to players during the All-Star game.
Yeah, like he should have just been there, bro.
Yeah.
Like even if he didn't play, like him just being there and like, because people were gonna watch just because of Elly.
Yeah, and I mean they do that. Like they'll have players participate in the home run derby. They're there the whole break.
Or if they had like a Rising Stars game, kind of like
they
that.
do, but it's for the minor leagues.
Yeah, they should just do it for the like MLB. But I mean, I don't know, it's different because they got 2 different leagues. And stuff.
So I mean, the Futures game, that's really. It's
I mean,
not
the
really.
NBA does it. And they have the G League, but
MLB farm system is so more in depth and it's like once you get there, like, I mean, Elly's obviously good enough to be an all-star, like, so I get what you're saying, but I mean the Futures game, there's a lot of good talent out there, bro. But, I mean, they just don't have the name to the face yet. People aren't gonna watch it. I mean, I went to a Futures game when they had an All-Star game here in Miami because I couldn't pay to go to the Derby, couldn't pay to go to the game. So I was like, let me go to the Futures game. It was like $30. I mean, it was great. I think you saw like, 15 future MLB players out there, something like that, that ended up making it, like top prospects, some that don't, obviously. But it was fun regardless to go see that game. So just incorporate a little skills challenge, some type of, another event to get these guys. Just something fun, bro. And then you can invite Elly to that, and then he's there for the whole weekend. And now you're, in a different category than before.
Just something to get him involved and like get his face on the biggest, or supposed to be the besides the World Series, the biggest weekend or biggest 2 days in sport and baseball.
No, 100%. And even though I don't think he speaks a lick of English, like. I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Most
Watch
of them
him play,
don't.
you can understand.
Oh no, I'm saying like, because they have like correspondence. They were like mic'd up during the home run derby. Like, what should he do here? And I mean, most of the time they didn't even know. Like, I think it was last night in the first inning. Arozarena robbed Freddie Freeman of like extra bases in the first, and then Arozarena came up and Freeman's like, we got to steal one from him. And then he rips a base hit in the left field, and Arozarena gets the first. He's like, you can't do that. You can't rob me and get a hit. You could tell Arozarena was like, you know what he was saying. He was like, it just starts laughing. But even then, it was still like a good clip, like just getting the face out there. Freddie Freeman, obviously one of bigger names in baseball too, but I agree. Just get him out there that weekend, no matter what it takes. If you had to make one more roster spot on both sides to make it happen versus, I mean, baseball fans would be mad considering Josh Naylor got snubbed from the AL All-Star team, but that might have made another spot for him in the AL right there. So, who knows? Big snub. Guardians fans know he was playing better than Jose Ramirez, but it is what it is. And then shout out my boy Luis Ariz, man. So you don't know him?
No.
That's crazy. Chasing history. Ariz, he's in like 383, trying to be the first player to break Ted Williams' record of hitting like 401.
Wait, he played for the Marlins?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard of him, but I couldn't point him out.
Nah. And last night he saw 2 pitches, had 2 base hits, along with an RBI, helping the National League to win it, man. So
Jazz Chisholm.
All right, now you got me going, bro, because, Jazz, great player, came back for maybe a week, started balling, and I'm like, all right, Jazz is getting my hopes back on what he could be. What do you know? He gets hurt again. The Marlins traded Jazz for Zach Gallen, straight up. Zach Gallen, who you probably don't know, but he was the NL starter last night.
Wait, the Marlins traded Jazz Chisholm?
No, traded for Jazz.
Oh, I was about to say.
So they did a straight trade. There were two minor league players, both of them. I think Jazz never played either. Zach Gallen and Jazz, both minor leagues, traded straight up, which is very rare for 2 top prospects. Diamondbacks get Zach Gallen, who's now up for Cy Young in Arizona, and is literally, if not one of the best, he is the best pitcher in baseball right now. So Zach Gallen, I mean, he's stayed healthy. Jazz, not healthy. Jazz, when he has been healthy, hasn't been the best player last year. Obviously, still young. This year, he was playing well. Just can't stay on the field. Not looking like the best trade. I'd take a Cy Young right now if I were the Marlins, considering they're leading the wild card in the NL, chasing the Braves, which is literally impossible at this point. Just good luck with that when it comes to the MLB. I think the Braves are up, like, let's take a look real quick. I'm on a, they're up 8.5 games, 16-29, best record in baseball. Obviously led by Ronald Acuna, who might win NL MVPs. Watch the All-Star game, you know he's on pace for like 70 stolen bases, 30 home runs. Would be the first player ever. But the one argument I would have for Elly, other than he is exciting, is the Reds are 50-41 in first place in their division. If you like their preseason predictions, they were probably dead last in the Central. Maybe the Pirates were lower. And now their first chance at the playoffs in Cincinnati has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Part of that to do with Elly.
Like, every single, like, record or whatever he's breaking, like, bro, they're like, yeah, the last time this happened was, like, 1919. Like, bro, like, stuff that just hasn't been done, like, in a, like, dead ass, like, 100 years.
No, I will say stealing second, third, and then home is honestly the wildest thing ever. Even I was in awe. I mean, obviously, I'm in awe watching Elly, but, you know, somehow, you know, two biggest names, just like Shohei, if he spits a sunflower seed out, they'll probably post it. Like, but with Elly right now, it's stealing second, third, and then home. Like, just field awareness, aggressiveness, and honestly, it's only young guys that can really do that. They come in with that aggressive, you know, kind of mentality, and right now it's working for him. So, but regardless, I like your take, man. I wouldn't be mad at it. You know, I know where Jack's coming from, sitting here, so it is really not a crazy thing to say either, because in 2013, I wanted the same thing for Puig, being younger and, you know, not watching the game as much, but it'd be good for the sport, 100%. NBA Summer League, I don't even want to talk about it, bro. I like, people were overreacting. Wemby's first game, he sucked. Second game comes out, he hoops. Like,
he's the greatest of all time. Second game, first game, he's a bust. Like, yeah, it's just all over the place.
Like, bro, this is like comparing the off-season Ben Simmons shooting videos. Like, yeah, sure, these guys are, you know, talented players in the summer league court, like trying to make it to the league, whatnot, or already in the league. But these guys aren't, you know, you're not going up against LeBron. You're not going up against NBA vets. Like, this is just like guys that get a pace, you know, scout some of your, you know, younger guys and just see where their mentality's at, where their skill set's at. Like, stats should not matter in the summer league. Orlando Robinson, I have it right here on the Miami Heat. How many minutes did he clock in the playoffs? 0. He dropped 36 and 11.
I did see that, yeah.
Javon Freeman Liberty, 28 and 6. Like, who? Shaden Sharp, he dropped 26 and 4. That's a name you know. Brandon Miller, he dropped 26 and 6 last night on 53%. Like, this doesn't. Keontae George, 33 and 10.
He's been hooping.
He has, but that's just less relevant than Cam Thomas putting up those games in the regular season. Like, it's good for the players, bro, but the stats should not matter. People should not be getting upset at Wemby. Should not be getting happy at Wemby's second game. Like, it's the summer league, bro.
Yeah, I agree. It's basically like the preseason, but just less meaning because it's the preseason for players who might not even be in the league. So mainly you just want to see flashes. You want to see, you know, second, third year players progress and take that leap. Like you mentioned, I know like Jabari Smith, He's been really, really dominating, having really solid games. He's someone who's been taking that leap. Who'd you just say?
Keontae.
No, the other one.
Brandon Miller.
No, before him.
Orlando. Javon. Freeman Liberty. Shaden Sharp.
Shaden Sharp, yeah, he's another young guy who's been hooping. Kind of, you want to see them take that step, show flashes. So I do agree, but at the end of the day, like you said, like it's just summer league. They're playing against guys who probably won't even be in the league, guys that are fighting for roster spots. So it's not the best basketball there is, and it really doesn't translate to the NBA. But, you still want to see guys at least look, competent and like they can be on the NBA court. But I agree, bro. Like, you shouldn't be taking away, like, everything from the summer league. Like, oh, Wemby's going to be this and that just because of 2 games. And they already shut him down because they know it doesn't – summer league doesn't matter, bro. Like,
Yeah, especially since Wemby, he just came, from Europe. He was just playing in the playoffs not too long ago. Like, literally when the Heat were in the finals, I think that's when his Metropolitan 92 team got knocked out. So it's like, bro, this guy was literally playing the same time as Jimmy. What's Jimmy doing right now? Probably a little off-season training. Is he playing the summer league? No, he's not playing in the summer league, bro. This is for, like, scouts. This is for NBA front offices, not, let's be honest, the couch warriors. I'm a couch warrior, bro, but, like, let's take it back. It's the summer league, bro. Like you said, it's preseason. Like, what was it? Pat White of the Miami Dolphins looked like the greatest quarter. Skylar Thompson, bro, in the preseason last year. You might have thought Skylar Thompson could take Tua or Teddy's job.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he didn't, do bad for his situation last year, getting tossed into the fire. But, I mean, he was, like, ripping it. He could have – you would have thought he was throwing for 300 yards on 25 or 30 pass attempts. Like,
yeah. It's just basically so these players can get, like, accustomed and used to NBA game speed, NBA rules, NBA court, because, like, Wemby, he's coming from France and stuff, so he's used to playing that EuroLeague basketball, which is a little bit different.
Camp
but
in the paint.
Yeah, now there's more space, there's better athletes, more, the game it's different. You got to get used to those small adjustments. So it's going to take some getting used to. Wemby will be fine.
Yeah. I just had to get that, bro. Too many people saying stuff about it. But, all right, man. That's all I really got for the NBA. As far as, I don't think, obviously.
I mean, nothing else is having Dame still
in
this stronghold. Harden still, like, these guys are just in, like, it's like a Cold War, bro. Nothing's happening
limbo.
on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll see if anything.
I think eventually Dame will go to the Heat, and I think Harden stays.
You think Harden stays? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start you off. NFL jersey sales, man. I'm gonna start you off. With the easier one first. You're gonna have.
No, give me the harder one first.
Harder one first?
Yeah, just get out of the way.
All right, man. We're gonna go with the harder one first.
Harder. What year is it?
2018.
That shouldn't be too bad, bro.
So. 2018 NFL jersey sales, you get, 3 attempts wrong. I could give you some hints along the way after the first one wrong. We'll start throwing a couple hints out there. But 2018 NFL jersey sales.
Bro, don't give me hits unless I ask for it.
All right.
Because I want to just try to get it. All right, 2018.
2018 NFL jersey sales.
Okay, so I got to, like, think back to the time period.
It's 2018 season in the 19, so Super Bowl is 19.
Our freshman year in college, like, when we
Yes,
first got to college. Okay, so I was watching a lot of football. I was like, wait, read it. All right, I'm gonna say I think Patrick Mahomes was up there.
Patrick Mahomes is number 8.
Yeah, because this was like after his first year, he kind of jumped onto the scene.
1 for 1.
Yeah, so Brady's on here.
Brady is number 3.
Russell Wilson's on all of these, so I'm sure he's up here.
Oh, that boy pulled the trigger too fast. It was wrong.
Russell Wilson isn't on here?
No.
Well, those are the kind of mid-Seattle years after they kind of played really well. So I have Brady and Mahomes right now.
3 and 8.
Okay,
Yep.
so Rodgers.
Rodgers is number 5.
Okay, I'm trying to think, like, of the quarter. Is Drew Brees on here?
I'm just not even gonna put that in there, bro. Breeze is not in here.
Why would you not? That was like after the year he like led the he broke the record, wasn't
2018? No, bro.
He was like really good that year.
Drew Brees 2018.
Yeah, on the Saints.
Pretty sure he was injured the whole year,
bro. And like it was one of those years he like had like set the record of like most like career passing yards or something like that, bro. Drew Brees was decent, man. That's when the Saints were like always like in the playoffs and having deep runs.
Oh, he did play the full season that year, but
yeah, like, come on, bro. That's a decent guess.
All right, so you want
how many defensive players are there? One defensive player. All right, is Zeke on here again?
Zeke is number 9.
I kind of figured Zeke would be on there. It's always just weird. It's weird stuff.
You want some hints because you got 2 more wrong guesses.
Until what?
So I give you the list, bro.
Like that? Wait, it's like a challenge? I thought I was just guessing.
Yeah, bro. That's the whole point, bro.
All right. No, I don't want hints yet.
Make it more interesting.
Give me who I have, bro.
So you got Brady at number 3.
Lamar is on here.
Lamar is not on here. Wrong. So you didn't even let me give you which of the list, bro. 3 is Brady. 8 is Mahomes. And then you had 5 for Rodgers.
3 Brady, 8 Mahomes, Rodgers 5, and
Zeke at 9. So you're 4 for 6 right now. Lamar's not on here, and I forget.
Is Baker on here?
Baker's number 2, bro.
I figured. Yeah.
So I was gonna let you know I own a jersey by this player.
Yeah, you're one of the people that contributed to that.
Yeah, I did.
Baker's 2. What the?
The defensive player is number 1.
In 2018?
In 2018. This person is an edge player.
Well, I figured. Wait, how many? I have one more wrong guess, right?
Yeah. This player, he's
I know. There's 3 names I have in mind. It's one of these 3 players, but
tell you
it's either
not the brothers.
So it's Aaron Donald?
It's Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack?
Yeah.
Was the number 1 sold jersey in 2018. Yes.
Khalil Mack.
On the what? Fucking Bears? Like, is he still on the Raiders then?
Who knows, man? 2018, 2019. NFL.com official jersey sales. This was what they put, man. I didn't want to believe this shit either, bro. Because it had Khalil Mack 1 and Baker 2.
Dog. All right.
I'll let you guess the rest for
whatever,
fun, bro.
Yes, I lost. Who cares? Fucking Baker Mayfield number 2. Whatever, bro. So Khalil Mack, Baker Mayfield, Tom Brady,
Rodgers 5.
I don't have 4.
Zeke 9, and Mahomes is 8.
This was like, all right.
Baker's on the list. Who was in that same draft class?
Bro, I gotta remember, like, it'd be like hella people from that like draft class. Was it like
non-QB?
Josh Allen.
It just said non-QB.
Oh. From that draft class?
Yes.
Is it Myles Garrett? Oh no, he was before
17. This person won Rookie of the Year.
Bro, I can't remember. Bro.
Saquon.
Oh yeah, Saquon did go number 2.
Saquon's number 6.
Oh, that was before he got injured and had that crazy rookie year.
So that was literally the year after his rookie year before you got.
So Odell not on there?
Odell's number 10.
I guess him for the last one.
So right now you got Khalil, Baker, Brady, Rodgers, Saquon, Mahomes.
What numbers am I missing?
You're missing 7 and 4. And I'll tell you, I don't think you're going to get either of these players.
Give me a hint.
You want a hint?
Yeah, for 4.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Carson
Wentz, number 4.
Yeah, Carson Wentz did have a lot of, yeah.
And then
which that was right off his like really good season before he took.
Yeah. Number 7. This is a quarterback that got paid after playing maybe 4 games as a starter. He got traded and he got paid.
Jimmy G.
Yes. Jimmy G's number 7, so he fills it out. You
That
did
was
horrible this
that was
time,
a
bro.
weird-
You're just ripping on him. You wanted to get him wrong.
Well, but I didn't know until I had like 2 wrong guesses that it was like a
Bro, we
challenge.
talked about this, bro. I said you get 3 guesses wrong. I literally said it, bro. We just rewind it, bro.
I wasn't listening, bro.
You said you trying to make the TikTok clips better, bro. So I try to help you, bro.
It
So
don't matter, bro.
do you want unlimited chances for 2022, or you want the 3 wrong
Yes,
guesses?
unlimited, bro.
Unlimited chances. All right. 2022 jersey sales.
Last
2022
year.
NFL jersey sales.
Brady. If he was still playing.
Oh,
he'd
no.
probably be up
Yeah.
there.
This is 21 he was.
Well, he probably is still up there, bro. What the fuck? He's just not playing. So you're
I
not
think
gonna
they
count
take
it.
his jersey down or something.
Nah. All right. So Patrick Mahomes,
3.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is 8.
Joe-
Wait. Tom Brady's number 10.
Yeah, I'm being dead ass. Like I knew Tom Brady was on there, bro. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so Joe Burrow's on there.
Joe Burrow's 4.
Rodgers, because he just went to the Jets. I know that he sold hella jerseys.
Well, this is last season, 22. So he wasn't on the Jets, but Rodgers isn't. He was still in Green Bay.
Oh, I'm thinking of going into next season. Okay, so Rodgers wasn't on the list.
No.
Okay, that makes sense. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's number 1.
So what? So who do I have like order right now?
You got Allen 1, Mahomes 3, Burrow 4. You got Hurts 8 and Tom Brady 10.
Is Justin Herbert on here?
Herbert is not on there.
Okay. Let me think. Is Justin Jefferson here?
Jay Jets is number 7.
Yeah. Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase did not make the cut.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna guess Tua.
No.
Tyreek.
Nope.
Damn. Think about is Micah Parsons on here?
Micah Parsons is number 2.
Dang, number 2
Micah.
is CD.
CD's number 5.
Yeah.
What did I tell you about these lists, man?
Is this the year Dak finally gets some respect or no?
Dak is number 6.
All right, finally, Dak. People buying Dak Prescott jerseys
Bro,
in Dallas, man.
I really guess Jerry be raking in that bread.
It's America's team, bro.
I was so hard to believe, bro.
So what do I have right now?
So you got Josh Allen 1, Micah 2, Mahomes 3, Burrow 4. You got CD 5.
Mm-hmm.
You got Dak 6. You got J Jets 7. Hurts 8. Brady 10. So you're missing.
I'm missing
one
number
more.
9.
Yeah.
Kelsey.
No. You want like a position group?
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Okay, so it's probably a running back. Is it?
It is not.
All right, is it a quarterback?
Yes. I will say you might have been his biggest stan all year.
His biggest stand.
Like it's not your favorite player, but
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of like quarterbacks I like.
you were definitely.
Oh,
rocking
I
the
know who it
Jets.
is. It's T-Law.
No,
It's not Trevor
T-Law.
Lawrence?
Nah.
Trevor Lawrence, Herbert. Like, bro, who else? Like, that's like all the young quarterbacks I like. Hold on, let me guess.
I don't think you really like him, bro, but you definitely are
Geno?
like- no.
No, it's not Geno Smith.
It's a young player.
I was gonna guess Kirk Cousins before you told me about it. It's not Kirk. A young player. NFC or AFC?
NFC.
Justin Fields?
Justin Fields is number 9. He fills out the 2022 list.
Bro,
man.
I wasn't a supporter of Justin Fields.
I'm saying you were like Stan, bro. Like you were like you were defending him. You were like, oh, the system's bad. Justin Fields is good. Like you were going against the Justin Fields trash talk. Like you were backing him, were you not?
I don't remember that, bro.
Well, you were sitting in that same exact seat when you said it. So
Fam, I would,
regardless,
yeah, whatever.
maybe do a little homework. We're gonna come back, bro. You have three wrong guesses next time, maybe.
Did I get that one with 3 wrong guesses?
I don't know. That was 22 though. I mean, you just be throwing names.
I know. Cause I'm trying to.
Gotta get you a little.
It's about time. It's not about accuracy, fam. You just gotta guess more names so you can get quicker.
All right, so
jersey sales are weird, bro.
Should we do
if we did like rushing leaders or receiving leaders, like different categories?
Me versus you, and we time it, and everyone you get wrong is like 20 seconds added.
What's the point of adding 20 seconds? Just do the timer and see who does it faster.
Then he's just naming all the NFL, bro.
If you could sit there and name the entire NFL, sure, go ahead.
You gotta get 10 popular players.
There's you can't sit there and just start naming every NFL player, bro. Like,
nah, that's all right. Maybe we'll do five wrong.
Or we could do different categories too. Like what I said, like passing yard leaders, like rushing leaders.
Like what, 2015? Like
any, like, sure, 2015.
I'll mix a couple in there. I think you're a jersey guy now, though.
Bro, jersey sales is just weird, bro.
It's fun watching you, bro. I mean, to be honest, you did
Khalil Mack.
Not bad at 18, considering you guessed. I did not think you'd guess Baker Mayfield, bro.
I would. You know what I mean?
I really
you
did
just
not.
Think about the time period, bro.
That's when they're shitting on Pittsburgh, man. Which,
bro.
by the way, NFL season, what? 8.5 weeks?
I think it's
8.5 till Scott Hansen, man.
First week of September, I think, is when it starts.
Sheesh.
Just coming halfway in the middle of July right now. Coming back about a month.
Next week. What you want to do? East, West, North, or South? Next week. Previews or predictions.
We'll talk about it. Doesn't matter.
All right, man. Well, you got any last comments, thoughts?
No, nothing really. Football season is slowly approaching. Training camp around the corner.
Also,
starts like next week or in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Preseason right out there.
Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper, they've been in the lab together, man. Watch out, bro. They said that chemistry. Chill
That's
out,
gonna be like well, I mean, we'll talk about it. It's gonna be a tough division.
Oh no doubt. Yeah, we'll get into all that. Quarterback show just dropped today, man.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
You're not watching it. I'll probably tap in at some point. Cleveland Guardians go. Miami Marlins, keep it up. Want to see both them teams in the playoffs. Run back that 97 World Series.
Dodgers kind of slacking this year, but it's just a throwaway season because they're going to get Shohei next season. So
but they are. I did see two interesting. They're actually tied for the division lead right now. The Dodgers.
Which I know, but they aren't even playing that well.
No, which is
I think
exactly
they got swept
scary.
by the Pirates.
I mean, Pirates aren't the worst team in baseball right now, but they're not. Yeah, Pirates' best player, who O'Neal Cruz, is basically Elly last year, except O'Neal Cruz came up at the end of the year and the Pirates already sucked, so there's no point. He's out for the season this year, but he was, people in the baseball realm know about O'Neal, whatever. But the Dodgers still got a chance. I did see something. Two things regarding both your Dodgers and my Guardians. Shohei was talking about he was most looking forward to playing with Jose Ramirez, the Cleveland Guardians. And then they asked him who impressed him the most at the All-Star game, and he said Mookie Betts. So don't think Shohei's taking a pay cut to go to Cleveland. But the Dodgers are definitely a strong front runner for Ohtani. Everybody was recruiting, tampering, whatever you want to call it. Everybody wants the best player in baseball. So,
and they saying he could be like the best player ever, bro.
No, I mean, bro, someone said it, and I was like, bro, that sounds stupid. I think it was A-Rod. I was like, that sounds stupid as fuck. He was like, who throwing touchdowns and getting sacks? And I was like, wait, he's actually right. Like, bro, he's actually right. So
it's like an elite quarterback and an elite edge rusher in one.
Yeah, or an elite DB. Like, imagine I was gonna say Pat Surtain. We'll talk about that next week. But Pat Surtain coming on, just throwing tutties and whatever. Big Ben coming off the edge like back in the day or whatever.
Mahomes locking down on the outside. Mahomes Island.
Could you imagine Mahomes one-on-one with Tyreek Hill?
Just straps him.
Regardless, man, the Shohei sweepstakes are coming soon. Who knows if he gets dealt with the sorry-ass Angels. We'll see. But Goal2Go, man, episode 47, Goal2Go pod on TikTok. Tell us, man, to start posting. Goal2Go on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, whatever streaming service you're on is on there. Episode 47, man, we'll be back next week. NFL preseason predictions getting started soon. Until then, we'll see y'all next week, man. Peace.